Hi, my name is Mark Poulton. I'm a buy and hold real estate investor in the greater Charlotte, North Carolina area. Today I wanted to share my thoughts on, just like George Michael says, you gotta have faith. I'm having my faith tested the last few weeks. It's just a big crash of different things are going on. The best laid plans of mice and men, you can plan all you want, but reality gets a say in it as well. I made a video on that previously, but I just left a duplex and they're doing a really good job, and there's a lot of unknowns and there's a lot of uncertainties that will eventually work their way out. I have to watch a lot of things. Contractor has my Home Depot card. He lives at the north of the city. I live in the south of the city. I actually live south of North Carolina in South Carolina. So I'm always having to daily I have to make sure that our credit limit hasn't been exceeded. So almost all of our spare money right now is going into the Home Depot card to ensure that he has materials, and is taking a lot of materials. This is, like I said, by far our biggest project we've ever done. But I'm doing my best to not try to. I'm trying to keep faith that it's all going to work out in my best interest in the end. Doesn't mean it's going to work out the way that I think it should or the way that I want it to, but in the end it'll all work out. And in the end, we're all going to die, so it's all going to work out anyways. So, a little macabre attitude there, I know. But, we don't... Oftentimes I find myself trying to control everything. I'm trying to control the finances, I'm trying to control the debt, I'm trying to control weather, I'm trying to control whether the shingle truck has come into the shingle supplier with the type of shingles that I need. Those kinds of things. And it can be overwhelming very, very quickly. And like I said, it's going to work out the way it's going to work out. It can work out no other way. But, you can only plan so much in this industry. Circumstances are always going to have their role, as well as poor prior planning is going to have a role. And I try to limit as much the poor prior planning as I possibly can, while trying to factor in the unexpected. And a lot of that factoring into the unexpected is going to come from experience of dealing with different contractors, different situations and things like that. I could make my life a lot easier and just buy all of my roofing products from Home Depot. They almost always have them in stock and they have tons of them. The problem is I'm paying almost twice as much for probably an inferior product, in my opinion. There's a place around here I can get architectural shingles for $39 a square. That's $13 a bundle. It's really cheap. At best I can get at Home Depot would be like $24 a bundle for 3 tab, and the selection's not that good. Difference is on my shingle supply place, when they get a truck in, it's gone within a day. The prices are good and it's a good quality product. Home Depot not so much, and if one Home Depot's out, I guarantee you there's another one within 10 minutes that has whatever I need. So there's a trade-off there. I used to put everything on the Home Depot card because it was easier, but we're finding it to be a little bit more expensive. And at this point in our real estate asset acquisition phase, these things add up. If we can save $1,000 here, $1,000 there, that until we get all the homes rented, that's going to help us out to get to where we need. That's the part that I'm talking about, the planning part. The unforeseen part would be, obviously, they called to let me know that the shingles had come in, but they called from somebody's cell phone and I wasn't expecting a call from there, so I didn't answer it, and I didn't get shingles for 3 weeks or something like that. Granted, it didn't rain during that time, but I had a house that was partially shingled and no protection. And actually the day after they finally got the shingles on there, we had a nice little downpour. And the last thing you want is water coming in through the roof onto the ceiling. If that had happened, it's a pain. So kind of back to the crux of the story of, you got to keep the faith. This business will test your faith, and test your faith in humanity. It'll test your faith in government. It'll test your faith in banking institutions. I mean, it'll test everything. And these are the tests that life is going to give you, and this, at least, is how I perceive it. Life is going to test you whether success and financial freedom is something that you're willing, you're worthy of. That are you willing to do the work? Are you willing to do the perseverance? Don't get me wrong. I'm sure some people can do it a very different way, and it's less stressful, and can achieve the same goal. This is how I'm choosing to do it. It's how my brain is able to compartmentalize that. We can do this on the budget that we're doing, with the funds and resources that we have. Hey, I would love to be buying a house and 6 weeks later renting it out, and I could probably find a way to do that. And honestly, in the long run, probably better money-wise. But the way I do it is, I take my time. I make sure that it's done right. I'm familiar with the home, so that when there's a problem, I know how it's put together. I know how the plumbing works. I know how the electrical works and stuff like that. So it makes troubleshooting a lot easier. Also, if I do it right the first time, there shouldn't be any troubleshooting, right? It's whenever I've cut corners, and usually, and definitely when you hire a contractor, they're going to cut corners. That we run into difficulties. So yeah, I guess it's some level of control. A lot of it is just don't have somebody that I can trust that'll do things my way. Not sure I'll ever find someone who can do things my way. I'm a computer guy, and I've interviewed plenty of people trying to find somebody who thinks like me and can do it my way, and maybe met one or possibly two. It's unlikely in my entire lifetime that can pull that off. So anyways, like George Michael says, you got to have faith. Ooh, you got to have faith. You got to have the faith, the faith, the faith. These are my thoughts. What are your thoughts? Leave them in the comments section below. I'm curious how you guys get through your day, whether it's a rough day in real estate or a rough day of whatever is going on in your life. So I wish you success.